Here we go then. Map number 1. Bad News Eagles up against Sprout. And Regon, what's happened to you? 2 HP. 98 to the lesser after 10 seconds. Someone must have caught him. And he's in a lot of trouble. 2 players towards this Ivy side. It's a lot of Sprout players are here. They've got 1 player. That's Lonks lurking towards B. And that's an absolute assassination from Slacks. GXX hits the deck. And with Regon so low, if he gets checked, he'll go down. But they don't see him. 4 on 4 now. Regon collects a second. HP doesn't seem to be a problem as he is finally felled. Synopsy does take the jewels. And we need Scenari to get over. He's got that kit. So 3 on 3 now. Bombs be planted. Smokes are fading though, and Zyphon finds another. Scenari, a lot of jewels being taken here, but he also goes down and somehow just jam Flatro. Left alone, dead on Tetris. What a round, super aggressive, and Sprout seemingly winning every single jewel. Force buy then from Bad News Eagles. Not looking to save into the third and get the rifles out.
They do like a bit of dig, right? They do tend to enjoy a bit of it. Still, you got to be anticipating it if you're over on the Sprout side. Right on, gonna get right in the face. Look at that damage. What? Stare. Not gonna be happy about that one. Slack's out of play as well, and this one's starting off a little shaky for Sprout here, Alan.
Is indeed. Pistol was so convincing, but this would not be the way to put the cherry on top. Double kill comes out. Refresh. Well, that might have been a mistake. A bomb site open, and honestly, Mike, I think this should save. This is impossible.
They're not going to, though. Would be my guess. Although Scenari is admittedly holding up the line. Okay. I figured they'd risk it with the Deegs, or at least stick around to try and get some more kills. With the smokes in their face, there's just not much they can do other than spray and pray. And, well, their prayers are not being answered. The gods right now, they're on Stairs' side because he's somehow still alive. Despite basically being a ghost. Can you survive this close? I mean, okay, no, he's off on an adventure now. Retrieving a teammate's rifle even. He's going to go walk about just to try and keep himself alive. I was going to say, I don't think you can survive at the ramp with the health he's sporting. No way.
No. You need about 10 here. 5 off.
Yeah, Zyphon took about 14, 15 for Lonks and Lao and X. Are we doing Lao and X?
Never.
We're just sticking to Lonks?
I'm sorry, it's just...
Sometimes players need to be saved from their own pronunciations.
They do. Lonks is a good name, and it sounds good.
We could just start calling him Lao, except then I think Launders has that one trademarked.
Yeah, we don't want a lawsuit.
The Boxer legal team is ferocious.
World renowned. That's where all the money goes.
It's just Launders, but he puts his glasses on.
Yeah. That's how it works.
It is always funny when a player comes up who's got a name that's extremely similar to an existing personality within the scene. I think we should just have like a cage match between them to figure out who gets to keep the nick.
I'm waiting for Get Left to make the pro scene.
It'll happen one day. Where is Get Left from? I know I've seen the name before.
I think someone ran it as like a troll before. But I don't think anybody seriously ran Get Left.
There is somebody who's got one that's very similar to Get Right. That's like... Is it Get Lucky? That's right. In the Middle East scene. It's from UAE, I believe.
I think there's also a Ukrainian player with a close name. Give me a second.
Just inspiration now. Speaking of Lao, gonna pick himself up a first kill of the game. That's a nice one. Get in towards the site. Bombs down. And once again, for the Bad News Eagles, for these 3 players remaining for these 3 sets of armor, this might just have to be a save. It's even worse this time. It's a 3v5. And they've still got no utility to come on through. Gonna go for some smokes, gonna go for some lootsies. And one Flatro is going to get flat intro. Flat intro. That's when he has an uninspiring speech given for his arrival.
Or how you started yesterday's pre-game segment.
Ooh.
Well, that was more non-existent than flat. So we'll let you off. No flat welders around here.
Oh, that's right. That's my mic. My mic was non-functioning.
Yeah.
The fun part of remote production, folks, is that sometimes, for no reason that you can figure out, no actual setting that's enabled, your audio just decides to not work anymore. And then you turn it off and turn it on again, and everything's fixed. And
you say the fun side of online. That sounds like studio.
Yeah, also that true. Audio is the devil. That's the secret of esports production, live event production, whatever. Audio engineers are basically warlocks, and I don't understand how their jobs function. Because every time I've ever had to interact with audio, it's a strange mercurial beast. Synopsy. He's going to be doing some magic here in a second as well. Catches Stare with nade in hand, and this is turning into a massacre on the A ramp. Rifles out here for the Bad News Eagles, and now they're starting to enforce their will, but the two young guns, well, actually, no, one of the young guns, thought that was Stare at Slocks. And Lau and X. Laux. Trying to get moving here.
Felt like Synopsy's D key was glued down there. Refused to just stop peeking. Yeah. The last one, the second kill is kind of luck. Just catches the player with his nades out because he doesn't think anybody's ever going to swing.
Yeah.
And then the third
I think
one. The third time was
an
way too
important lesson for Stare, right? Up against the Bad News Eagles, anytime you think they're not going to swing, they could swing. Probably even well. Let's come back to a 2v2. This round getting away from them, considering the work that was put in towards ramp early, I mean, this is a catastrophe. These players are isolated now. One Flatro's coming in to support Scenari, but this is going to be tough. There's still utils to set up this take. They're deploying what little they have. Won't actually be able to block anyone's vision here, but timing could be everything. That's a smoke preemptively. One Flatro drops the bomb. 30 seconds. All on to Lau. And, well, we know what he can do. He's going to rotate. This is full volume, so they certainly hear it. A lot of players fake here. And, indeed, he does. This is the classic play. You force them to isolate. They have to play both angles, but Scenari, he'll just accomplish his. If he goes down, that's a bomb plant and a very tricky clutch. But, you know, he just secures the round. So that's important.
Clean in the end. It was a little bit crazy, that round. That was the Bad News Eagles round. We peak, we peak, we peak. And sometimes we win. Sometimes we lose. Hopefully we see a bit more, what's the word? Discipline, I guess, as we move forward. Because that was a little bit too much. Slacks AWP in hand. Looking out on B at the moment. There he's in the open. Wow, he is a lucky boy. Could have easily died there.
Snopsy. Taking a little look-see. And it does seem like Sprout, at least for the moment, are going to be very committed in towards a ramp. They got the bulk of the presence here. Just Lau, chilling as their B player. He's been really good at this in the past, though. That's actually, I think, where we first started to take note of him. Back in the conference, some of the games before that as well. Was his plays as a Vertigo B anchor on the CT side and also lurking there. He is able to consistently create. It's Slacks here who'll get at the opener. Rygon taking some very aggressive posturing. This should be bad. They're past the nade. But don't want to stick around with the ground they've gained.
Really want to push this. 3 are over. They're going to go. Stare is forced out wide. That molly is beautiful. Haven't seen that one before, and Regon capitalizing even further. Bomb is dropped in the open. This is a catastrophe for Sprout. 5 on 4 to 3v4. Bomb in the open. I don't know how you recover this.
Star's not been having a good time towards the A side of the map just yet. Ooh, okay. All right.
Where you gone? Okay.
Just gonna burn himself. Just a little. He wants to feel something. He wants to add some risk into the round. Doesn't want a sure thing. That's no fun. 10 seconds. It will be a sure thing. They got to give it up. Lau even got so much space over towards B, but his team lost the bomb. Can't rotate. Doesn't matter what he has. But this is the key for the Sprout T side, right? It's always going to be Stare taking fights over towards the A ramp. It's always going to be Lau taking fights over towards B. That gives the option for the rest of the team to sort of rotate between them. Problem is just, at least for the moment, Sprout have had a lot of trouble creating towards A. And wow, that was a true moment of brilliance.
It was. That's the round highlights for Sprout right there. Really went well for them. And Regon, do you reckon Regon's the type of person that puts his hand, over candles and sees how long he can hold it there? Is he that sort of person?
I think so. We've all done that before.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Really?
Maybe with a lighter.
Well, that one hurts more. A lighter burns hotter.
How do you know that?
Don't worry about it. I've been a stupid kid before. Who has?
Sorry, so I didn't realize you had a degree in thermodynamics.
I mean, you think about it, right? The fuel source, lighter fluid versus a slow-burning wick on wax.
They're not. It's basically
a candle is literally
still
designed
petrol
to sort of burn slow.
In a candle, it's just a bit more solid.
No. It's wax.
Right. I'm gonna Google this.
But the whole point, I mean, the wax burns slow, right? Which is the whole point of extending the life of the candle.
There's a lot more fuel in a candle.
Is there? I'm sure someone has asked this question before.
No, they haven't. Right.
Here we go. Butane lighter can reach 4,000 degrees. Most butane lighters burn at a temperature of 3,578. Okay, we got to pay attention to this round because this is heating up. This is burning for like 28 seconds, but it doesn't matter. Lau has done his work. Whatever his name is, he is earning the NX on the end of his name because he's crushing it here with the aggression in towards B. He knew he had the space. He knew he just had to leave the time for them to allow him back through, and now... Shiz! And okay, Slacks will prevent this round from getting out of hand. It's a good one for Sprout to take.
Oh, refresh. Head in hands after that one, I think. But wow, Sprout gain all the ground. And I think Bad News Eagles were paying about as much attention as we were. As soon as they knew it, B-bomb site was absolutely flooded and they've got no cash. Sprout have had a really great half so far. This couldn't really be going any better considering they lost that second round.
Okay. Substantially hotter on a lighter. The hottest part of a candle flame is just the very dull blue part at about 1400 C or 2500 Fahrenheit. Whereas butane lighter is like 3.5 to 4,000, 4,500 degrees. So, get wrecked.
Okay,
Get scienced.
Early
Early kill here does make things a little bit interesting in this pistol round, but once again, Lau has found a foothold over towards B. This is the weakness they've detected. Expect to see Sprout exploit it a whole lot, and yeah, I mean, Lau is going to show exactly why people are so very excited about him as a player. Maybe a bit of oversight there. Synopsy catching him off guard, but still with the damage done to Synopsy, this one shouldn't be too worrying just yet. Stair will make sure of that, all under Igon. A chance to make the Deagle sing, to make this really interesting. But Slacks isn't having any of that.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Sprout really kind of barely put a foot wrong. A couple of those early rounds. And Lonks, he does enjoy a good B poke. Just the pistols this time, but I dare say that will not be the last Lonks highlights because he will shoot everybody on B that comes into his crosser. That is the mantra.
Crash down early. Where's that kill come in? Low B. Alright, so crashing down by B works out, and now we get it on the A ramp as well. So kills taken on the periphery. This limits the options for Sprout. They've got no forward posturing. They're very wary that some more aggression could be coming through, and ooh, this is not an auspicious start here for Sprout. A swing back in. Zyphon retaking this space, and okay. Juan Flacho by the danger panel. But look at Rygon. Maybe got a little ambitious on that flank push. It's come down to a 3v3 again. Boost up here could be punished. One Flash looking for exactly this play. And never mind. GXX gonna race instead. Molotov deep means that they definitely don't know One Flatro is here. And that should be death blow. They're not prepared for it at all. And that should just about be the round. For Slacks, it might be about damage here. Could just go for the T-side save. But the economy is so fragile for Bad News Eagles that any kills he can take through further into the round would be massive.
Only themselves is still on a bit of a brink. A bomb plant would be great. But even then, I think saving might be the call. He's going to still go for this, and he might get blindsided. Look at this top angle from Synopsy. Tag up. Oh, I feel for him. So close to being a kill, and then that could have even been a bomb plant on A, but it doesn't happen. And now Sprout to make a difficult decision because they don't have the loss bonus really to save here, I think. I think they have to buy.
Swing. Lau catches the timing. The flashbang is good. Juan Flatro had no chance to defend that. They tried to go for the aggressive peek again, and this time the util was set up exactly to punish that. Oh my goodness. Lau dodging bullets here. Scenario now in a lot of trouble, and he'll be taken down. Once Lau finds that initial entry, you're not keeping him out of this one. You're not keeping him away. And this round's over. It is actually crazy how much consistent success he has here towards B. Of all the players competing right now, he feels like one of those who just has a natural sense of all of the timings on this side of the map.
He might be the best in the world at opening up
as a B anchor. Genuinely.
Yeah, the T side I think is his real strong suit. He's unbelievably good at just working through the angles, and just finding good fights. I don't know why you wouldn't double AWP against him because you just know he's coming. You know he wants those frags. And, yeah, honestly, I've watched a lot of Counter-Strike, and I've never seen anybody get as much success as him just opening up that B-bomb site.
It does feel like it's one of those where the site is becoming intrinsically tied to him, and I think as his profile raises, you know, I mean, especially with the major coming up, a lot more Counter-Strike fans are going to be familiar with him. We've come to know it over the course of the last year, but he maybe hasn't made those big strides on the world stage just yet. And I think it's going to be one of those things where people are going to start watching his tape to understand how to play that position. If they're not already.
Your Kindar should actually watch. No joke. Your Kindar.
Genuinely. I mean, they have a lot of similarities in their style, too.
Because your Kindar has the skill set. Your Kindar almost certainly even more so. So he should just watch how Longs likes to default and just copy him. Because clearly it's working.
We'll send him the tape. Man just got announced officially as part of Liquid, which made me very happy. If you missed that news, get out from under your rock. Celebrate with us. If you're an NA fan. If you're an NA hater, stay losing.
Haven't won the major yet.
Haven't won the major
yet.
Yeah, that's
but EG when they lift the title.
I mean, I'm okay with that being the twist of the monkey's paw. I am super okay with that. I'm here for all NA teams to win majors.
I think something interesting that will happen at the major is that I think because of, you know, recent news and stuff, Stare is in a lot of the, you know, the public zeitgeist, let's say, because of obviously the Astralis rumors. But I think people will learn that the man that's just died here is really the person to watch out for.
I mean, that was... We'll talk about it in a second, because this kill is going to be critical. Rygon somehow staying alive here on the edge of smoke. They got a pretty good idea as in cross, and actually he just took the Molotov. Oh, he limps. He limps through. If they lose track of him... Okay, well, he's not going to allow them to lose track of him. Bullets already peppered through. Advantage still in the hands of the Badger Eagles, and they're trying to hold on to this space. It's getting messy, though! And that's quite an extended spray here. Synopsy keeps it to a 2-on-3. Zyphon, but he doesn't have the bomb alongside him! Spray transfer, not quite there, but it's a foot race now. Slacks trying to get back into the angle. They're coming around the check. GXX and Slacks, and now it's come down to the 1v1, and the pistol will be plenty to take out Synopsy. He's got no health. He's just got 2 points of it. The question is, does Slacks know that? What does he go for immediately off of this? Bob's still up. Just needs to be a USP shot to the toes. He's got a Glock. That's fine, too. He's going to withdraw towards the steps. That's a good read. Synopsy has a smoke. Problem is, he just can't take any sort of sustained fire. If Slacks had a rifle right now, I'd say this is over. But with the op, there's still a chance for this to get real weird. Smoke's going to go out ahead of it, try and offset the aim, try and offset the angle, and actually coming into the fight here, Synopsy, there's the rifle, and Slacks, without adjustment, is going to be able to see the round through.
Yeah, surely a teammate was shouting at him saying, pistol rifle, just not the AWP. Not the AWP in this situation. And yeah, where was this Sprout yesterday? Where was this Sprout yesterday? This is... Maybe that was a wake-up call, maybe they're realizing that, you know, it is obviously a different ball game to RMRs and majors, but you're still playing world-class teams here who are going to exploit you if you're not playing at your best. So This is a totally different look to what they showed versus Blue Jays.
Snary's down an ankle. Goodbye Achilles tendon. But Synopsy says goodbye skull. One of those is not recoverable. They're going to continue to put emphasis on the B-stairs fight. I mean, it's been the point of vulnerability throughout this. That's a little shaky, and Refresh is actually the victim. Juan Flatro follows it up, and this is a round that's getting way too scary for Sprout. Man advantage. Lonks is about cleaning up the guns right now, checking them off the building. But the stack, the lead is coming towards A. They're assuming, having seen heavy presence, that Sprout might adjust, and they're not taking the bait just yet. They've got this presence in mid. Zyphon's making sure no push comes through, and he's presumably going to get activated late while his teammates move up the steps. Timing could be everything here. Rygon has got a duel. He's stuck in the angle, but that's going to be Zyphon taking one, holding the attention of another, and the kill as well. New addition, Zyphon performing equally here. And now with Juan Flatro gone, the Fangs have been taken out of this round. Synopsy was on a flank, but a flank doesn't matter if there's no front. Well, it will matter there. With the bomb plant going down and positioning here for Lau. Tough ask and an easy clean.
Decent recovery. Zyphon, of course, the hero in mid. And Stairs had a bit of a rough game, actually. He's lost a lot of these early A fights, be it on rifles or pistols. So, fortunately, his teammates there to bail out. We can see those three in the middle, particularly, are having rippers of a game, as Michael might say. And they're looking great.
You do enjoy some ripple.
I like rippled ice cream.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm never as big of a fan. Stair, again, not going to have a lot of luck here towards A ramp. Been alright out of these initial engagements, but for the most part, it does feel like Bad News Eagles have gotten the best of that nade. Takes Lax out of play. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Zyphon's got to try and retrieve this bomb. Fresh. That one. A second as well. And that's the A site ripped open. There's a flank on, but it's going to be too late. It's going to be too slow. Juan Flatro went down the ladder. But eventually, presumably, they have to consider the possibility. Lau might get caught here. He's not wary of it. Not finding the timing just yet. Now he comes back to check. But on the side hall goes Juan Flatro. And he wants more. He doesn't just want the one. He's trying to play this patiently. Has the positioning of one. Looking for a second as well. There's going to be it. Making sure he can get both kills. Oh, and he's got both. Nice patient play coming through here. It's all about Refresh. Trying to keep that bomb alive. Trying to keep it ticking. It's going to go down. Here's the first base. And a second swing. Well played. Huge flank coming through from Juan Flatro. And a critical fourth round.
Needed that one. Again, as I mentioned in the preamble, Vertigo's not a bad map for Bad News Eagles. One of their absolute best back in the day, that's for sure. Probably even the map when they were still playing under Blink at the time. Talking about a year ago here, where they were getting good results over top teams. Top in the sense of tier 2. And yeah, I wouldn't never have expected after yesterday, especially Sprout being this far ahead. And VNE just fighting for survival here early on.
GXX. About to give out some haircuts. Ooh, that one doesn't land. Rygon elsewhere has caught Stair again, trying to get some space towards A ramp. That has just been the one thing that's consistently worked for the Bad News Eagles, I'd say, in this match so far. It's denying that A ramp space. But we've also seen a lot of times and then try and take that aggression further into the forklift, and well, Sprout are once again set up to punish it. So if Rygon gets a little too eager here, they're gonna make him hurt. But wisely, he's gonna step away, and that's because if you look at the stack, if you look at the flank now from Juan Flatro, they've got so much space elsewhere that all Rygon has to do is slow them down and let Juan Flatro work here. Oh, he takes a long way into the flank on A ramp, trying to clean out the player B instead. And to be fair, no, Monks is lurking here. But who's gonna guess this? Who's gonna catch this? Oh, he thinks he cleared it. That could be huge later on. He didn't go all the way around the box. And instead, he's gonna catch Zyphon. That's a kill on in. But they don't know Lau's position. This is gonna get super weird. If they kill Juan Flatro, there's still a chance at this round. Problem is, there's just not a lot of time, and One Flacho has done a good job at not getting caught. Well, it's time for a B plan.
Can actually get a bomb plant.
Yeah.
And they kind of need it. They need it as well, so better get a move on Slacks. Sticks around for the fight. 3 gone. That's awkward. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Well, at least he dies within the time. But their money is donezo. There's none left.
Now, the thing that's got to be concerning, right? 9 rounds on the T side is huge already. That's a great showing for Sprout. They've had a very good half. But yesterday, that scoreline haunts me. Not a single CT side round taken against the Blue Jays. Not a one. So if you're Sprout, the 10th here will certainly help quiet the demons in your mind. The ghosts of yesterday's match. They gotta think about it. One Flacho, he's going to be pressured in mid. Haven't seen a lot of the mid play coming through from Sprout, but here's where they throw the change-up pitch, and well, it's well set up by the Bad News Eagles. They've got a lot of bodies here to defend. Big kill, though, for Lau. As per always, he's such a nightmare for the B-step. Good trade, and here we go. Bomb site with man advantage. Rygon going to take that advantage away at the very least. They can't find a bomb plant. Oh, Zyphon dealt with. It's all about Lau. And X, he's crept up close, waiting on the smoke fade. Trying to spam these plates. They heard the tick. He's got the first kill. Looking for the second as well. No health. It'll have to be headshot. So close. If that was an AK, he wins the round. But alas and alack, he had the inferior Galil, and that will be a 6th on for the Bad News Eagles to send us towards a halftime break.
Counter-terrorists win.
we're back in here. A lead for Sprout, but it was the second half against the Blue Jays where things went off the rails. So the Bad News Eagles will be looking to replicate their fellow Bird team's success. Birds of a feather frag together, perhaps here, Alan?
Maybe. Even if Falcons play Sprout later on, we'll have another one.
There you go.
In the mix. That would be amazing.
Good call. That would require a Sprout winning here, though, because, again, reminder, if you're just joining us, this is elimination. Both teams taking a stunning upset yesterday. Means that these two Rio-bound squads might not find themselves
Mike?
Smoke ding somebody?
No.
Hello? Huh? Bomb's been dropped. It's even. Haven't seen someone get bottled by a smoke in a long time. This one is getting very messy indeed, and suddenly it's looking good for Sprout. The clouds have cleared. The smoke has dissipated from apparently someone's skull. And now it's just one Flatro to try and bring this back with a lowly Glock and not even a bit of armor.
Sad times.
He knows he's just going to have to try the desperate pops, right? I mean, ain't nothing else doing here, Alan.
They're not over-facing, so one face contact is going to peak. He's actually getting more opportunities than I expected. But it doesn't matter, and who is the man? Was it Slacks that fell?
Is it Slacks or Stare who got bottled?
I need to see in the replays. I need to
I think
know.
it's got to be Stare just based on how his luck's been going so far this map.
He sacrificed himself to make sure that smoke didn't land correctly. That's how we need to see this. He's a bold man, bolder than any of us. Jumping on the grenade with his 1 HP. And pays the ultimate price.
Team player. True team player. Stare gonna start things off nicely. We're gonna have a better time here on the CT side, and well, it's starting off well here in this second round, and there we go, a 3-piece here. Nice confidence builder. It's a lot easier to play that A ramp, generally speaking, when you're on the defensive side, especially if you're the player who's pushing the boundaries in the first half, right? Going through smokes, trying to get the space side haul. It's such a risky prospect, so it'll be fun for him to get the chance to punish instead.
Okay, guns out. Plenty of work to do. Of course, it is Sprout's map pick, but I would not have expected such a one-sided affair, as we've seen thus far. And now on the CD side, Mr. Launks plays the mirror of his T-spot, and he's just as much of a menace over here, so we'll keep an eye on him, and I expect the highlight reel, Romanian highlight reel, to continue.
Love it. Love it. Getting aggressive towards the side hall. Good flashbang combo. Refresh setting up his young fragger. And it's working out. They may be saying no thanks to other teams, but in this situation, they're saying yes, please, to the early pick. GXX has not had a good time. Didn't quite notice it, but 3 and 12 to this point. That's actually quite shocking.
Oof. Typhoon. Doesn't need to work this too hard. He's having a teammate over on B, and that is a rare duel lost. How is this falling apart?
They still got util. They can zero it in a little bit. GXX. Where did that nade go? I guess it just landed on the box. He thought he was a little bit more forward, so these mollies and nades are not quite as deep as they need to be, and now GXX is going to capitalize on that space he was allowed. Falmos not enough to hold him at bay. They need a big play from Stare Slacks. Slacks holding them in towards mid. Might find the timing. He doesn't. That's a huge pressure relief, but he's got to do it all himself. A 1v2 now. They're getting in towards the bomb plant, but they're giving him options and opportunities. And Synopsy is low. Synopsy is low. Doesn't feel comfortable going for the plant, and that's why he knew Slacks was waiting. What a clinical way to play the 1v3. Beautifully done from Slacks.
Amazing recovery. That looked nailed on for Sprout. Had numbers over towards B. They had a man advantage. They had a lot of space. I think it was 5 on 3. And they didn't need to take any duels. And Longs loses an unlikely one. GXX suddenly comes alive. Another headshot as well for him. And that B bomb site was an easy road from there. Slacks though. Bit of a veteran at this point. Knows what he's doing in the afterplants. Fairly handy with the rifles. And look at what this has done to money for the Eagles. Few nades, but not much else to speak of. Can
you give me your best Eagle cry, Alan?
I don't even... Did do they make like a
It's like a screech.
yeah, but then they make like a cork sound, like a how do you describe it? I don't think they squeak, do they?
There's I don't know what specific variety of eagles the bad news eagles are, but I'll play you a bald eagle screech. They might be screeching in this one. They're getting crushed. Ooh, or not! GXX! Alright, okay. Okay, the flank on should mean that... Oh, no! It's still getting interesting! 3 kills found with the Deagle rifle picked up. 50 seconds. He's still got time. He's still got time. And this goes from an absolute sure thing to an almost catastrophe here. Oh, timing, though. He's going to get caught. How is he still alive? Okay. Lau and X will put this one to bed, but my goodness. That almost got so very weird.
Where was this GXX for the first 18 rounds of Vertigo? He's been
biding his time.
Wow, he's
I'm over here talking about eagle calls, and then we hear one live in server. Sounds like a deagle.
Let's have a listen.
Does anyone know what variety of eagle the bad news eagle is?
So I can only do that sound when I've lost my voice. High-pitched squeak.
I think that's my best eagle call. I don't think anyone on stream wants to hear me give a third. So we'll leave it at that. Bad news eagles do need some rallying cries right now because they're down on 2 players right off the rip. And I mean, this game does feel like it's getting out of whack. This is what we expect from Sprout. They're such a ferociously good Vertigo team. It's just that game yesterday against the Blue Jays gave us pause. But apparently, they gave them some pause as well because they fixed whatever was going on in that one. A lot of utility on the site. Players dropping. Zyphon gone, but look at the damage back the other way. Rygon and Scenari, they're limping. GXX will get past the first angle. Never mind, that was Rygon. But the nade in means that the bomb gets dropped, and now they're very exposed. Wow, still dancing around this angle. He's going to be spammed down eventually. 38 seconds. They've still got time to make this work, and there's no one on the flank. Problem is, recovering the bomb. Oh, I love this angle for Slacks. It's so grimy. They could just get past him considering it's online, but if they test him, he'll have a chance. 1 for 1 on that trade. Scenari is so low. He goes to the opposite result. Oh! Slacks comes off right at the wrong moment, but the readjustment pays dividends. It feels like Slacks has been the insurance policy for Sprout right now. Every time a round is getting completely out of whack that shouldn't be, he just comes in and gets a multi-kill to clean it up.
It's been a very fundamentally solid game from Sprout so far. Of course, we couldn't catch the game yesterday, but I mean, it's needless to say that they would have had to be making a lot of mistakes. And I think it's just what they needed to kick up the arse. This is why we keep saying that these games are really important to get these teams in shapes for the major, because Sprout right now surely have you know, they talked through the game yesterday and made some tweaks, and this is the team that did perform very well at the RMR. This is what they looked like when they were doing that run.
A little bit of time's going to be taken here. It's kind of the last hurrah. Maybe not in this round, but the next certainly. Don't really fancy their chances playing for overtime and Imagine over on the Bad News Eagles side. Now, our second map is Mirage, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's where we were winding up? Yeah,
indeed.
Mirage. Okay. That'll be a much better chance for the Bad News Eagles as far as the way they like to play. But you'd like to get something going here right at the tail end. Rygon not going to get an E-cap going because he's lost his.
Mid taken. There's no one here. It's just Lonks. And look how passive he's playing. He's even considering a player could have crossed, but that's the bomb refresh. Oh, that's all the information they needed.
The adjustment coming in. They're wary of the mid-press. Black comes in a little late, but just in the nick of time. Zyphon's here as well. They deal with that mid-presence. It's all under Rygon now. And Rygon, well, he might just be a bygone in a moment. He's still gonna make them consider his presence, not for long. Well done there from Sprout. That one looking a lot more in control. Not hairy, not scary, and really, however these last few rounds go, doesn't matter. They just need one more now, one of the next 9, and Sprout can start thinking about Mirage.
Looking brilliant for them. For Bad News Eagles, it's almost at the point here where we just want to see them play some gun rounds. Just want to see them get in the swing of it before they go on some Mirage. If you lose here and now, don't be happy about this performance. Played so much Vertigo as a 5-man lineup, but in this game here and now, they can't find any advantages in any of these rounds. Sprout are outplaying them on all levels.
Just take that molly. Synopsy. Alright, so you've lost your B presence. One Flatro's up in mid, but instantly traded. That's nicely done. Zyphon's been incredible this map. 19 and 11. I mean, really, everyone's been hitting. There's not a lot of weak points. Started a rough first half, but in the second, he's been lights out. And he's, whoa, needs to look right. Needs to look right. He's going to find it. Okay. Freebie gain. Smoke goes up preemptively to give him some room to operate. He's dumping his util because he knows they're going to focus in on him. I love this protocol. Immediate response. Flashbangs come in from a teammate. He gets one more. Really nicely played from a top position there at Cement. As soon as you're known, it's always going to be a matter of time before they start to focus in on you. So that's a great way to just immediately get proactive with the control, with the spot, with the spacing, and set up his team in a really nice 1v3. Refresh. Don't love jiggling this with utility out. But he is not going to get caught. He's jiggling the next corner. He doesn't even start dropping the nades. All right. There's a gap in this one. It'll freeze Ragon up for a while. He's only got 35 seconds, so he's kind of got to make his move pretty soon. And his options, well, they've been limited. At this point, if they dump a molly at the right time onto the B steps, he cannot do anything in this round, I don't think.
I was waiting for Refresh to dump his nade into this maze bit, I like to call it here.
Yeah.
But didn't come. Didn't come.
That often a problem for you. Ragon!
Let's not.
Gonna have no time to prepare, and while sprinting to try and get a bomb plant, that was just a hope and a prayer, and that hope and the prayer will send us through to Mirage. Sprout looking so good here, which makes me even more confused about what happened yesterday, Alan.
Indeed, indeed. This was a great performance, though, and surely if they hold any of this sort of form into map 2, this is a clean 2-0. But we'll find out. We'll come back after this break.